everybody's journey is different. And people have asked me over the years, like, wow, how did I cope? What did I do? Like, what are some suggestions that I have? And I don't like to talk about it too much because I feel like those who know me personally and those who know the story and what happened, I feel like, I don't know, maybe they're tired of hearing it, or they think that I'm looking for some sort of attention or pity or anything like that. So I'm always very hesitant around this time of year because I want to celebrate. I'm so happy, I'm so grateful, but I don't want it to seem like I'm seeking attention. Basically, it's to share my story, share my experience, and hopefully help motivate, encourage, and support anybody who's going through it, or anybody who has friends or family that have gone through it. So when I got diagnosed, it was February 26th. That's the day I actually celebrate my canceriversary. I don't celebrate the day that I finished chemo or anything like that. Or the day that I officially got the all clear from the doctors. The reason why I celebrate February 26th is because I feel like that's the day that everything changed. That day is so symbolic in the sense that it was kind of the day where God was like, this is me showing you that I have a purpose for your life. I really just take the day for myself. I give thanks, I celebrate life, and I enjoy doing things that make me, one, happy, and make me just reflect. I was 15 when I got diagnosed, turning 16. So grade 10, high school, it was very hard for me at that time, not even knowing who I was really as a teen, to go through such a life-changing experience. Thankfully, I had my friends and my family there to support me. It was different. My whole life as I knew it changed, and I wasn't expecting it. I didn't see it coming. There was no real signs. Everything happened very abruptly. So I was diagnosed with a rare form of cancer called dysgerminoma, and when they found it, it was stage 3. So hence why everything moved very quickly. So initially it started out as a tumor that I had emergency surgery for to remove, and then kind of as a precaution I had to do chemo as well. As you can imagine, for a 15-year-old girl, losing my hair was a big thing. When it actually happened, I think I set myself up so much ahead of time that when it did fall out, I was okay. It wasn't like, oh my gosh, I have no hair. Like, I knew it was coming. I kind of prepped myself. Like, that was one of the first things I prepped myself for. Like, when I got diagnosed and they told me I had to do chemo, I was like, okay, so I'm gonna lose my hair. And great, okay. So it wasn't as hard as an adjustment as I thought it was gonna be, but it was definitely something different, like looking at yourself without hair. But I got used to it. I started wearing wigs and head wraps, and it was part of the journey, really. I think it was after my first round of chemo that my hair started falling out. At first, it was strands. Like, when I would wake up, there would be strands on my pillow, and then it would be whenever like I washed my hair and I was combing it, I'd see strands like in the bathtub or on my brush. And then one day I just lost like a whole section at once. And once that went, I was like, oh, well, here we go. So I just kept brushing and brushing and brushing, and literally it all fell out that one day. Unfortunately, at the time that I was going through my chemo, I had a lot of close family friends that were going through chemo as well. My family and close friends were kind of already dealing with similar situations. I think the only difference for me with my immediate family is that it was so much closer to home. Like my brothers, my sisters, it was right in their backyard. Like it was so close to home that it definitely shook our family. A lot of changes were made, a lot of sacrifices my parents and my siblings made. It was definitely an adjustment. Things definitely changed. Some friends took it well, in the sense that they were very supportive, always there for me, never left my side. Whatever I needed, they were there. And I had other friends where it kind of scared them a bit, so the dynamic of our friendship definitely changed in that perspective. Overall, I had a very, very big support system. I always say that God puts people in your lives for reasons and seasons, and definitely this whole experience was a testament to that. Keeping my my parents away or distracted from my siblings, I would say constantly being in and out of the hospital and not really being able to enjoy life. My lifestyle, as far as like eating habits or lifestyle like changes, like exercise and stuff like that, I would say it's definitely made me stronger in my faith and my spiritual walk. I realized going through it that God really does have a purpose and plan for my life. I'm so grateful for the experience because I got to realize that. So at the time, my scalp was very, very irritated, very dry. I got a lot of bumps on my head, and chemo, or the type of chemo that I had at least, made my skin very, very sensitive and very irritable. So I had to be very, very careful with the products that I used. So it was coconut oil and Amla Oil. Both I will leave below. And just regular virgin coconut oil. And the Amla Oil I got through a family friend. So I'm not 100% sure on where to get it, but I will leave a description or name below. So my hair started growing back. Okay, so my last round of chemo was June, or middle of June. So I'm pretty sure my hair started growing back late August, September. It was still very, very like thin and sparse, but it had started, the process had started, and I no longer felt the need to wear scarves or wigs or anything like that. Honestly, everybody's different. Everybody handles things differently. Chemo differs by situation, both in the treatment and the experience. So my only advice for somebody going through it is to honestly try and stay positive. Try and do whatever makes you happy, that you're allowed to do, because obviously you're confined to certain things, but happiness makes all the difference. If you're optimistic and you're positive, your whole experience will be completely different to somebody who's negative and pessimistic about having cancer. So I would definitely say stay positive, stay motivated. For me, it was leaning on my faith. I started writing a lot, kept journals. Those were the things that kept me going. So definitely positivity is key. I think it was after my chemo where I started living by the whole reasons and seasons model. If you know me and know me well, know that that is my motto. Like, I live, breathe reasons and seasons. I think everything happens for a reason. After I had gone through everything, I was kind of like, you know, life's really not that bad. It could always be worse. And a lot of that attributed to my journey and the time that I spent in the hospital seeing young kids with cancer fighting for their lives, walking the different wards of the hospital, just seeing children and looking at my own life and saying, honestly, it could be worse. It really could. And that's the most valuable lesson I've learned. It could be worse, and reasons and seasons. Thank you guys so much for watching and giving me the courage to really come out and share this with those who don't already know it, because it is my testimony and it is my duty to uplift and motivate as many people as I possibly can through my story. So I really was moved to share it with you guys, and I hope that somebody is blessed through my story and encouraged. My story is now your story.